are y'all doing this lovely evening? As we were divulging in other things, there has been a court update. So, as y'all do know from earlier, Megan's legal team, on top of FTI, on top of paralegals, have requested to bring their electronic equipment into the courtroom. Well, now Milagro Elizabeth Cooper's counsel has requested to bring their electronic equipment into the courtroom. So, defendant's motion for order permitting counsel, support staff, and witnesses to bring electronic equipment into the courtroom. Defendant, through undersigned counsel, respectfully moves this court for an order permitting defendant and the counsel to bring certain electronic devices in the courtroom for use during the evidentiary hearing scheduled for Thursday, August the 7th at 9:30 a.m. Counsel and defendant believe it may be necessary to use personal electronic devices, such as laptop computers, during the hearing. These devices will be subject to inspection in accordance with courthouse security protocols. Specifically, the following individuals request permission to bring the indicated devices. So you have Jeremy McLements. He is requesting to bring one Lenovo Chromebook. And then you have Rhonda Dixon, who is going to bring a silver 15-inch Lenovo IdeaPad laptop. Okay, so that is what came out recently. And I do believe there was approval for that. Yep, order granting. Yep, it was approved. So now you got Jeremy and Rhonda Dixon both attending tomorrow's evidentiary hearing. Now, the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about was, since this is an evidentiary get it out, god damn it, evidentiary hearing, do y'all know that Judge Lafette Reed could potentially, in my opinion, potentially jail Milagro Elizabeth Cooper for defying court orders, especially if this is a fourth time. That lets the court know that the defendant, which is Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, is willful and persistent in being non-compliant. And this strengthens this case so much as far as jail time if she so happens to do so tomorrow. She can strike that gavel and order jail time for contempt of court. Now, as y'all do know, courts usually try progressive enforcement, which is warnings, which they've already done warnings. We've already been past that. Fines, that's what we're on right now. A $5,000 fine that is due in 30 days, so much as far as when this occurred, right? So now we're on to imprisonment if non-compliant continues. And by the fourth violation, incarceration is quite possible, in my opinion. Would y'all say the same? Now, let's go over some things. Let's go over step by step, right? Let's walk through civil contempt and how it works. So, when it comes down to court issues a lawful order. Now, as y'all know, she's on a gag order. As y'all know, she was ordered to give over Discord. She was ordered to give over login credentials to WhatsApp since WhatsApp was deleted from the phone. This is the fourth time that they've tried to get this, right? So let's move on to the next step. The person violates the order. The first violation usually results in a warning or a motion filed by the other party requesting court intervention, which we already know this has already happened and it's already out the door. Next thing will be the court can hold a contempt hearing. The violating party is summoned to court to explain why they should not be held in contempt. They can offer a defense, such as misunderstanding the order, lack of ability to comply, claiming the order was unclear or overboard. But we all know that all of those, in my opinion, is untrue. But if the court finds the violation was willful, it can proceed with contempt sanctions. Now, what is this? The court can find her in civil contempt, which is not criminal, but it's still serious. Civil contempt is designed to compel obedience, but not punish through jail. And when it comes down to jail, that can still be utilized. We can bring up sanctions, monetary fines, attorney fees for the other side, which we know we are already in that. $5,000 due within the 30 days of the filing. This has already happened, right? Now we're on to the next step, which is repeated violations. Keep in mind, this is the fourth time. The court can conclude that lesser sanctions are ineffective. And at this point, the judge could order immediate arrest and jail time until the person complies. This is coercive, not punitive. In some jurisdictions, each new violation can add additional jail time. It can be days, it could be weeks. Now, when it comes down to the release upon compliance, if the court decides to hold her in contempt and jail her immediately, with civil contempt, the person usually holds the keys to jail cell. Once they comply, appear for deposition, or etc., stop violating the gag order, which we already know. In certain instances, has she spoke about Megan Thee Stallion? Some of us can say yes, some of us can say no, but at the end of the day, are you using keywords to still talk about her? What do y'all think that will happen tomorrow? This is the fourth time, as I've mentioned. She can be held very well in contempt. And if Miss Reed wants to, she can immediately request immediate arrest because this is the fourth time and she's willful and she's non-compliant. My whole thing is tomorrow, it will be quite interesting to hear what FTI consultant has to say about their findings, so much as far as evidence, so much as far as them saying, hey, we could tell at this time. Like, I want to hear the why. Like in the world, you want to hear somebody say something or speak about something, but you want to hear the why about, behind it. Like what is it? Where, when, why, how, right? So my whole thing is I'm interested in hearing what FTI has to say after getting whatever they were able to get. I would love to hear about that. I would love to hear about the deposition when it came down to Caesar. Why was Caesar being non-compliant? I would love to hear about this. Would love it, love it, love it. And at the end of the day, for someone, as we've all heard the recordings, she already knew that she was going to have Unite the People stand behind her. We've heard the recordings. This was well before Megan Thee Stallion decided to put it on wax and send out a civil suit on October the 29th of 2024. This would be highly very interesting to also figure out who is this stilettos person. What account is this from? Is this from Instagram? Is this from Twitter? Who is this the stilettos person? That would be highly interesting. Then my whole thing is I know it's not going to be readily available to the public. The depositions, we will not see that. But it will be interesting to hear them go over Caesar's deposition. And also, I would like to know what was this screenshot of off the record, lips are sealed. That was a direct message from Sunstar Peterson to Milagro on September the 24th, 2020. I would like to know what is that about. So it looks like tomorrow will be highly interesting. Highly, highly interesting. But again, y'all know after 9:30, we may see some things, but one thing that will come down the pipeline that will shock the hell out of me and maybe y'all is when it comes down to if we see that court order come through and say immediate warrant jail time, I will be gagged. I will be highly gagged. Then what gets me is June the 8th. I know y'all probably read the court documents by now, but if you have not, I just want to re-go over this. Y'all do not recall. I recall it like it was yesterday. Remember, it was a 4-hour show, or so to speak. And at the end of that show, it was on Station Head where I don't know, it looked fugazi. Do y'all not recall that whole conversation? I would never post that on my motherfucking page, but I will put it on my motherfucking Discord though. Cause whoop de whoop de whoop de hell no. But I will tweet about it. Hold on. Y'all remember that station head conversation after that show? So they got the tweets from that. It was so people could see the video another user posted. What would the lawsuit for that be? So you deliberately knew. We got the freaking voice notes. You knew what the fuck you were doing. Yep, I was in there too, Jalen. I remember that day like it was yesterday. So I want to be I want to be a fly on the motherfucking wall tomorrow. If I could be a fly on the motherfucking wall, but you know what? I will settle for the transcripts. Oh yeah, I post Levon. I posted the audio. I have the audio, and I wonder if that has been deleted as of now. I have other audios as well. I have screenshots. So tomorrow's gonna be highly interesting. Also, did y'all peep game? Did y'all peep game that Megan Cuniff is requesting media when it comes down to broadcasting Tory Lanez's appeal court hearing? Did y'all peep game on that? She submitted it. It hasn't been approved or denied yet, but it's been submitted. We'll see about that, but I know she'll be over there handling that, and then I just wonder what's going to happen. And for those who do not know, when it comes down to Tory Lanez's appeal, the prosecution team that prosecuted him, as we all know, was the state of California versus Tory Lanez. They will be present. They will re-go over why they said what they said and why the ruling was the ruling. Megan Thee Stallion will be nowhere near that. And people keep forgetting that. This was not Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. This was the state of California versus Tory Lanez. She was just our key witness. But at the end of the day, 2025 is going to be interesting. The end of this year will be highly interesting. I see a lot of comments who are talking about, hey, it seems as if this was done deliberately. In my opinion, I had asked this question earlier. I was having a conversation with someone earlier, and I had this question. This was just my opinion, my question, right? Do you feel, or do y'all feel, that she deliberately broke community guidelines on Twitter, knowing that she could be reported and have her account taken down so that she can claim, I don't have the metadata for that? Do y'all think that that was deliberately done? That's a question that I have. There's also another audio way back. I gotta go find it. I forgot where it was. I'm gonna find it. But she was talking about if anything popped off, she had Unite the People. So she already knew this. Y'all saw that picture that was on ABC of all of them walking out that courtroom. Y'all have heard the audio on multiple occasions, even when she was addressing Wiley, and then on two or three other occasions, we have the audio. I have the audio. Her bragging how she was not the media. She was with the family. She was the sister. I got it right here. A bookmark. I had to bookmark it. If y'all do not recall, on January the 9th, this came from when Megan Thee Stallion in California filed for her restraining order to show reasons why she's filing for her restraining order. If y'all do not recall, I can retweet it out to myself. But on January the 9th of this year, there was what's in the court documents, 6 payments that equaled up to $3,000. Do y'all recall that from Zelle? It was Tory Lanez's father. And it shows Mob Radio LLC, Milagro Radio at gmail.com. It shows the payment delivered from Wells Fargo. The first payment was on October the 28th of 2020. I'm going to retweet this out because most of y'all may have forgot. And I'm going to say, remember this. Because a lot of people keep saying, where's the payments? It was through Tory Lanez's father. That's where the payments came from. Now, if there was any other payments other than that, we will find out. But we haven't even scratched the surface of them looking into her financials. They didn't say nothing about financials. Y'all didn't peep that game, did you? We don't know financials. We haven't seen any records of that. I know that that will be attorney eyes only. That won't be made to the public. It will probably be brought out in November the 17th, 2-week trial. We'll find that out then. Oh, it was his wife. Carliso Peterson. Yep, you're right. You're right. That was the name on the payment. Right. It would turn into other shit, Limsky. When it comes down to money laundering, now, when it comes down to donations, there's a certain way that you have to file for donations. You can't just out of the blue, like right now, in my opinion, I feel that she's now trying to label everything as a donation. If you're not paying your attorneys, why are you still doing money grabs? What is that about? That's a question that I have. But we'll find out tomorrow. Will we not? This will be a interesting, interesting, interesting trial tomorrow. But I wanted to keep y'all updated on what's going on. Y'all know me. As soon as those transcripts are available, I will be live on Spaces. We will go over the court documents. We will go over the transcripts. I will make sure that y'all are well versed in what's going on. I will make sure that y'all are hip in what's going on. And most importantly, I will make sure that y'all are knowledgeable in what's going on. No more will we stand by and listen to someone else's narrative. There is not a narrative that you can put out anymore or that she could put out anymore. We will find out the truth. I'm just like Megan Thee Stallion. I am ready for this trial to start because I want the truth. God damn it, I want the goddamn truth. We are owed that. Listening day in and day out, bitching about Megan Thee Stallion when we were over there. What was the madness behind the drive? I want to know. Maybe this will be my closure or everybody else's closure. Let's close the chapter after November of this situation. We just got to get the closure piece. This is closure. And then we'll move on to the next case. Why did she take it too far? Who is this stilettos person who sat up here and was giving her peeping game, y'all, peep game, gave her legal strategy? Who is this? A lot of people on Twitter keep saying Nicki Minaj. I don't know that to be true. I have no idea. Everybody on Twitter keep pointing, talking about, watch, it was Nicki, it was Nicki, it was Pink Wig and this. I have no idea. I cannot confirm or deny. That's well above me. I don't know. That's people's speculative, opinions, but I don't know. But I would like to know who is this stilettos person. Oh yeah, I wonder who. Yeah, Cardi, she do be using the stiletto heels. You think it's the deadest wife? And yeah, you are right, Langley. They always want to include Nicki Minaj in every goddamn thing. Oh yeah, Raw Ali. But hmm. It's tricky because you don't know what profile was it on, or what social media account was it on. Was it on Twitter? Was it on Instagram? Was it on Facebook? Was it just a text message? Was that the name in the phone? We don't know. Well, it's a talking point for tomorrow, so we gonna definitely find out who the fuck that was. It's on the exhibit list. So I wonder will they reveal who this stilettos person. They brought it up, so evidently they know who the fuck this is. Well, for y'all that do not know, this evidentiary hearing will be tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. I wonder if this is going to go for an hour, if this is going to go for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I feel that this is not going to be a short 40 under 50-minute hearing like it was July the 14th and also like it was June the 4th. I feel like this is going to run for a couple hours maybe. And I just know them transcripts are going to be juicy, but it'll be worth reading. I remember reading the transcripts from June the 14th. It was just intriguing, just reading. And then by the time you knew it, I was already at the end of the page. Like, okay, well, damn, I want more. Like, what else was said? You know what I mean? It just kept me intrigued. Like I was just reading and reading. Like, but I feel like this time around, we're gonna get down to the bottom or get down to some things. Yeah, you can pray for, but at the end of the day, so Destiny, um, I'm learning the court system. I'm teaching myself the court system. What I can say is it all depends on the transcriber and also how long the actual hearing is. It would all boil down to that. Now, it took me about a week to get back those transcripts. If this goes into hours of them doing this hearing, oh, it'll take a while. But I make no mistake. I am on the scene. Documentings will be boots on the ground on the scene. I will make sure I get my hands on those transcripts and we will read them. Make no mistake. All right, I will. Oh, you know what? I gotta y'all stay tuned because I might be on CTV. I gotta message him because I know he's been waiting on me. We'll probably go live together in Kiki. So y'all stay tuned for that. I do have to reach out to him though. Cause I know he's been trying to get a hold of me, but I've been busy and then I'll try to reach out and he's been busy. We both been busy. I recently just got home from a long day. So but I'm off tomorrow. I got time cause I'm off tomorrow. And I'm finna go on vacation. So I got time. I ain't got nothing but time. So yeah. She was mad, Jalen, she was mad as fuck with the Ormond Wiggins shit. And to be told, like I mentioned, a lot of people, they may not follow, but they do watch in the bushes. A lot of them. One person in particular, I won't say no names, but one person in particular, I know for a fact that they watch because I turn around and I see they'll go ahead and make a post on Instagram. Maybe y'all can put the pieces together. But I know, a former, person, they watch, trust, and believe. Oh, my Twitter name is Document Tingz. Tingz as in Tingz. Document Tingz. I ain't saying no names, but look, y'all say it. I ain't saying no names though, but I know people in particular be watching in the background. They may not come and hit a follow button, but They do be peeping. And see, this is what you are supposed to do. When you talk about court cases, what I want y'all to understand is when you come online, speak about the court case. A lot of times people may throw their opinion in there. A lot of times it may come off as emotion, biasness, or however you put it. It may come off across as that, but you got to know how to speak about the case. If you have an opinion, give your opinion. Keep it about the facts of the case. Don't go and add your own bullshit to it. Keep it on the case, keep it on the facts, and move on to the next case. But at the end of the day, some people don't know how to do that. But all right. So, y'all, I hope y'all have a good day. I hope y'all have a great day. As y'all do know, stay tuned to my Twitter, stay tuned to my station head. I will be watching the docket and I will make sure I keep all of y'all up to date. Whatever arises tomorrow, when I say get in here, y'all get your ass in here. All right?
Someone once told me the grass is much greener